All right, what's going? Whoa, that sounds a little weird. What's going on, people? How's it going? So I made some. Let's explore why this sounds weird. Hang on. It has to do with this mix, of course. Like if I turn this down, I think that's better. And this is okay. So the mixer on here handles everything, and I want to, I guess, see if there's a way. And also, I always forget if I have changed the live stream to public versus unlisted. So let me just check that first, and I still have to paste the comment. Let's see. I feel like I didn't, but there's a chance that I did, so we'll see together. This looks to be a solid live stream. I guess if I can see it here, then it has to be live. All right, cool. So we're good there. So let's paste this comment really quick and pin it because I'm actually curious. Boom, 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 and boom. What's going on, bro? How are you? Thanks for hopping on, man. And have you started your live streaming yet? Yeah, so what I was doing yesterday, to finish my statement, seeing if there's a way to bypass the master mixer, the mixer on here, like the mixer stuff, so that it's not affecting the microphone. That's something that's interesting. But dope. Good, man. Good. But what I was doing yesterday and having a great time doing it, and I think it's just necessary, is I have a ton of projects on here with just a lot of them random names and a lot of them. This is going to drive me crazy hearing it this way. One sec. Let's see. I guess I can turn that down too, and I think that also fixes this. Yo, Tony, what up, man? How are you? You already know. But yeah, I want to go through these projects, and what I've been doing is just labeling them with a hashtag at the end of the project name, and that tells me as I'm scrolling that this is a great or good sounding project as of now, right? Because there's too many ones with just random names essentially, and I like some of them, like the word "hi" might be "Yo, what's going on, Fiona? How are you?" And I just yes, like actually, I don't even know which one this is. Hang on, yeah, this is actually the one. So this was just titled "Hi" for whatever reason. Hey, what's going on, Ukulele Plus? How are you? How's that OP1 going for you? I know that you're using the OP1 and you're like recording your ukulele into it, and like, are you finding inspiration with that? But yeah, so just getting better organization here, and I think this is actually a very important piece of the process of selling project files for you guys to listen to remix, to do whatever you want to do with the project. But I have to kind of have better organization to know what's what on here. So yeah, that's dope. This does do MIDI, yes, but this is a self-contained sort of all-in-one kind of thing, So let's keep going. Let's keep seeing about some other projects that don't 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 have a hashtag next to it, aka ones that I still want to see if they sound good or not. Or actually, yeah, well, let's do. I mean, it's going to be a combination of that plus going into some of these other projects that I did just label with the hashtag to kind of re-listen to them and see how they sound like the next day and stuff. For example, this one. So there's a lot going on there, obviously, but we need to create a new scene for this one with less stuff going on. But this is a good skeleton of a project for sure. God sent, what up, bro? As a matter of fact, we're going to do that right now because I kind of like this. So we can go to scene 2. That's just a weird. That's a weird thing going on there. But that does get a hashtag because there's something there with the drums that are very interesting to me. Obviously, I need to work on that some more. Anyway, let's see. Let's keep looking and see what else we have. Sometimes that's gonna happen too, because obviously, when you go from project to project, you're gonna load a new project, and this mic is not going to persist because it might not be saved as the primary input source or whatever. Been trying to update my OD11, which is on sale today, 15% off. Still not loving any of the first few things that they have on sale, but whatever. That has a sweet, yeah. Thank you. I think so too. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, I feel you there. I agree with that, and thank you. Through the network, and it just won't update. First world problems here. I love when you say breaks my heart. It's so funny because you're talking about the fact that you join one of my live streams and don't see me with a OP1 field in front of me, and it breaks your heart. Or understandably, when I made a whole video, I think about not using Ableton anymore, which wasn't one of my most shining moments, but whatever. All right, let's keep exploring. See, yeah, I don't know what the heck this is. I think this is one that no. I don't know what that is. This is. I'm just gonna find. I want to find the next project that doesn't have a hashtag that I'm like, oh dang, I forgot that I made that. Like, and maybe build on it a little bit. Clearly not that first one. I don't know what this is. This is just a drum beat. So I should probably get in the habit. If I go into something and nothing is there, hey, good morning, how are you, Ken? If nothing is there, I should probably get in the habit of deleting, right? But I have to be careful because you can't delete a file once you have it loaded up. But it's all part of the organization, I suppose, on here. So, for example, this one is called Oh Year. This is not something that I see myself ever revisiting. So that should probably be deleted, as should this next thing. But I have to be careful not to delete something by accident. So let's see. This is weird. And this is another thing. I don't know if you can. I'm just looking on here. Track 5, aux track, which is this. You can sequence data there, but I don't think that does anything. So I don't know why. I mean, maybe I was experimenting with it, but that isn't. I don't know. I have to look at that a little bit more. You can use your TX6 switch sounds and Omnis. Oh, dang, that's interesting. Tell me more about that, please, because that's very fascinating. What that sounds like to me. Which, by the way, do you have the newest version of Omnisphere? Did you purchase it? Um, the other day, dang, let's get out of here. The other day, I went back into Ableton after not being in it in a very long time. And I was like, let me just, because I've been doing this like every single day, as you guys probably know. And I was very, like, I was very drawn to just remembering Omnisphere and how many amazing sounds are available there and how inspiring it is to play. And I was kind of drawn to this thing that I want to explore, which is using the OPXY with Ableton and finding out a way to use them together in a way that makes sense. So naturally, when I'm using Ableton, I need a MIDI controller, MIDI keyboard to use with it. And so, I've been using the keyboard C as like my main one that I really prefer using. Um, but I, but there's limitations with that, right? There's no buttons for certain things like capture and whatever on there. Um, but if I bring this into the mix, I can't see myself using this and another MIDI device such as Ableton Move, which I've been using for a controller, or a different MIDI keyboard with this. But this MIDI keyboard is nowhere near, superior or even like good enough, I think, to use compared to like some other MIDI controllers that I have with Ableton. So it's a lot of stuff that I need to think about. Um, at this point, there's not really, I mean, being able to potentially sequence, like have a workflow that makes sense where I'm like sequencing, I guess, drums through here, but like recording them into Ableton. But even just saying that kind of makes it feel a little bit cumbersome. So I don't know. There's still a lot that I need to research on that. I'm trying to up a little nerve to do a live with open. Oh man, yeah, I want you to do it and get in touch with me so I could be there for it. I definitely would love to. It would be cool to meet some of you guys in person via your live stream, and see you guys, do your thing. Especially like I know at least two people now. Maybe you. I mean, it sounds like you might be inspired to do so through watching mine. Maybe. Um, oh, great, Tone. All right, I got to check that out. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna explore it. And then the other person is Colors in Space, who also expressed interest in doing some live stream stuff. So that would be really good. I know Tony has definitely done quite a few live streams. I don't know here on YouTube. I think I know on Instagram I've seen some of your lives, which are very chill. And I always ask you what that synth is behind you. But I've always said that when and maybe when we meet up, Tony, we can have a chat because I'm definitely curious about it. Um, yeah, that's exactly what she does, or he. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think you mentioned who your gender before, but I'm not sure. But yes, what Ukulele Plus has mentioned. Um, what else was I going to say? Yeah, Tony, I'm curious. I'm curious about your workflow. With the XY and Ableton. So maybe next time when we meet or something. That's what I thought. Thank you. Okay, I had a hunch. Somehow I think I remember it from before. So good deal. Um, but yeah, I'd be curious to know how you do that. Anyway, let's get back to here. Let's take a look at. I want to find actually I want to find another project on here to bring in, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there are other ones that are like that, but let's just keep looking. All right, so I believe we can work with this. Hey, that's what's up, man. Finally posting on YouTube and that's dope, man. All right, I'm excited. I'm excited for that, man. Because it's like you have a wealth of knowledge, in the creative space, just overall, right? I think we've spoken before about the music, dance, and then the visual, artistry as well. So I think it's key, man, for all of you guys. Yeah, that's awesome. And I think at some point in the near future, I talked about it before, but I'm gonna want to um do something with like this information and this perspective and expectation that I mentioned before about live streaming being live streaming your creativity just being a thing that is going to become special and more special than ever before. I really do believe so. I think that sorry if you guys have heard me say it before, but I just think um, that there's going to be a need for it, and what better time than now. So yeah, good stuff. And I mean, like I said earlier, like that's gonna be dope to be able to, link with you guys and hop in your live streams. And even on YouTube here, this could be a down the road thing, but even for you, Tony, and anyone else who's like planning on making actual videos, like video on demand VODs on YouTube, there's like this new collaboration feature that videos can be co-released on two channels, which is a thing that I think a lot of people don't know about because a lot of people aren't doing it yet. But that there's some value in that too for collaborating with some of my audience, my community here. So yeah, I'm not in a band right now, and having feedback and conversations helps a lot with it. Yeah, word for sure. All right, so let's come back in here. Let's explore this a little bit. So there's something here, but we have to find it. So essentially, let's clone this. So I would think about cloning this. I would think about listening to each of these tracks and maybe copying each of them, which I think and I might be missing, there might be an easy way to do this, but if I'm listening to this, for example, right now, and I want to just duplicate, like you might do in Ableton, but duplicate everything that's happening here into another row so that I can then go into those individual tracks and maybe change the preset that's used, for example. That there's not a button to do that right now. You have to go in here, and in each of these, I have to go to 1, copy paste, 3, copy paste, 4, copy paste, 5, copy paste. I believe that's the only way to do this right now. So now I have, what I need. And now if I wanted to so now let's see, hang on, that's kind of weird. So shift 2 lets you go to the next scene. So if I wanted, it's a little bit cumbersome, but if I wanted to say this is scene, 1, this is scene 1 that's playing here, and then I want scene 2. I want to change I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to change all of the presets that are used, different drums, different everything. And let's explore that really quick. So something like that. I didn't make any variation. I just, chose a couple different presets. But here, 1 sounds this way. So it seems like it takes a little while to do something like that, which should be a little bit quicker. But that's fine. Is that feature available now? Dang, I missed that, huh? This guy in the background. That's funny. That's hilarious. That's good stuff. Yeah. Good stuff, guys. All right. Anyway, let's continue exploring. So clearly there's swing going on here. So let's change this. And so one thing that I want to be all right, so a couple things, right? If you have something like this going on, there's so many different ways to create and then change and then record some variations. So like one thing that I've been doing is the track specific punch-in effects. another way is thinking about, it's kind of tricky, but the effects that are here. So to me, one of the things that I'm still curious about is, by default, you have, hey, what's going on? How are you? GTC Princess. You have by default delay and reverb set up, right? So the thing is like it seems to me like you need to have awareness of what effects you're going to be using on your track, I think, before you start making the track. Because at this point right now, say if I wanted to explore bringing a different effect into just track one, which is the drums, and typically, reverb and delay, I don't know if I look to use either of those very often with drums. Sometimes I do like delay, I guess, but I guess the question is like the moment you change what your two effects are over here is a moment that it will change what's being sent over there from other tracks that you may already want those effects for. So that's something I think you have to be like, I guess, careful about. Um, yeah. Anyway, I also don't know about what effects make the most sense to use for drums. Open for suggestions, but I don't know if any of these really do. But I mean, let's check it out right now. Like, I don't know, maybe I might think about distortion perhaps, and then actually make some of the changes. You have drive, you have clip, so maybe distortion, maybe. Let's try that. And let's mute everything else. Also, I don't know if there's a way to solo on here. I mean, I know that you can do this, but to keep it that way. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can do shift to deactivate soloing or something. Paid actor comment was so funny. All right, so let's shift. Let's take everything else out and let's actually explore some distortion, but also some of the parameters within the effects track, which I typically don't do too much. Crushing it like always. Hey, thank you, Sonny Yates official. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, here we go. So this is here. So what I might consider doing is going into track one and going into here and like sending effects one all the way up. So I'm setting that all the way 99 now, and then we want to go into effect over here, and let's make some changes and see. So that you can do some good stuff here. Low cut down, right? High cut up. Let me see. So you can do some cool stuff like that if you want, for example. And then let's take a look at the other. Let me see something. Oh yeah, so I believe that, let me think for a second. I think I heard that whatever the last track is here that you're on, for example, we're on drums here, but if I go somewhere else, so we're on guitar, if I go back over here, so it keeps the last instrument track so when you're on the effects track so that you could test it. But when you're here, let me just see something here. Okay, so I guess you can come here. So this, it's so intricate, but in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm on 4. So I want to test 4 out and see how it sounds. Not 4, sorry. Hang on. There we go. And you can do that by going into 2 and remembering, and there you go. So you can do that just like this. That's pretty cool. All right, anyway, let's keep going. That's good. So we just put a random effect in there real quick. That's good. For that, just that last one. That's really good. So what I said happened here. So, well, we already know track 4. Actually, we just did that. We maxed it manually. Random here. So many things you can do. You can also do these velocity effects here and be like force velocity to random. Make the first 4 steps random velocity. That's dope. It's not sounding amazing, but it's still just interesting. That's what you go for. Anyway, I'm going to save this. Does this get a hashtag at the end? Perhaps it does. It doesn't sound nearly as good as some other things with a hashtag, but it's also something that's worth revisiting. I think that's the thing. It's not it needs to sound incredible. Is it worth revisiting? Is the question. I don't know if Tony, if you're still here or not, but I have a project called Why Not on here. It's probably one that I made when I was chatting with you, so let's listen to it. Hopefully it doesn't sound horrible. Arpeggio. So what we can do with something like this is we can create a new scene, and this next scene is going to have something different on this track, that track. So we might go new here. There must be something over here. Mute. So we can do something like this, and let's explore. Why does that sound so low? We can do something with this. You can do 4. Where's the capture button when you need it? And we need quantization off here. Another thing, thanks, man. I would like to be able to just press this to turn quantization off. I talked about this before, but you have to turn all the way down. Whatever. We need release be a lot less. Give it some bass. I think so we're at max volume here, but I need this bass sound to be a lot higher. So there's a couple ways we can do that. We can go to page 2, max it. It's gonna happen only every 4. I really don't like the desync engine. It's not good. I don't like it. So I guess it's kind of weird, but if you have something like that going and you want to record it, you can just record it straight away. But I thought I wanted to mute other stuff, and I guess I just need to get a little bit more adept at doing what I want to do fast enough, because now I lost that melodic idea, but that's fine. So we can be like, and then boom, boom, boom. Let's try that. So hard to play chords on this damn thing. Boom, boom, boom. So we can do this inverted A minor, C. All right, let's try it. Is that what we did? These are just, we can just keep this as root. We can go there. All right, let's try that. So. Let's try this. Let's just try it. Mm. Trying to find. So I guess if we wanted, we can bring everything down a bit, right? Leave that pretty high. Trying to see. Let me see. Yeah, it's like gain staging stuff. So we can do something like this, and then come. Well, melodics is so low. That's why. So that's better. Ooh, that's gonna be good. So we can do something different there. We can do a lot of different things because we have an arpeggio. So we can do like something like that. We can do a third. We can do a chord there. So something like that is insane to me. What is that? That's a 7 chord. No. What is happening there? That's amazing. All right, so we gotta bring this in. Hang on, let's see. That's good. That's good. This is good. Let's save this. Jeez. Rename. Pound. Okay, save. So if we wanted, we can do something like, we can go plus, and we can go, let me just see. Let's take out some stuff now, like maybe this. No, 4 is what we just did. Mix. And oh, we don't have anything coming in here. So why is that? That's because everything is turned all the way down, except 8, for whatever reason. Let's make these changes real quick. Some good stuff happening here. Good stuff being developed. So technically, this one of these sounds is not that good. We want to make it sound a little bit more full. This one. So we can stay here. We can copy and paste that. Keep 1 where it's at. But let's come here and let's make some changes here. I kind of like that better. Versus, yeah. Save that. That's good stuff. All right, Tony, you got a hit. You got a hit on your hands. Why not? Hashtag. Let's go. Let's keep going. This is good. Yeah, we're getting some good stuff here, man. That's for show. I don't know what else. I don't know what else. Let's just load some random stuff. So this is just that was just one of the factory projects on here. I'll have to do something with all of those, but that's fine. And this was just like using one of the factory projects to do some stuff too, but I'm not really as interested in that right now. we can do something with this. That's almost something. That's good. Hey, thank you. Yeah, you already know. Let's keep going. What happens at the end? That's almost something. Diminished. Maybe that can be. We know the first half, but we need this to be 8 bars, maybe. Darn it. I feel like melody is too complicated. Hey, thank you. Yeah, it is very complicated. It took a while to learn it, to learn how to play that. That's actually right there. That's it right there too. I don't have enough keys. I need a synth and maybe another XY. Really? Well, I have ordered another synth. I'm getting the Expressive E Osmos. Thank you. I gotta lay that part down, but I want to practice it a little bit more. But yes, sounding interesting for sure. But yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, the Osmos will be in, and next year is gonna be the year of my TX6. Damn, I think DX7. I'm sorry, DX7. That's a Yamaha, like right Yamaha digital piano type thing. I need to watch more of your vids for synth recommendations. Gotcha. Well, what's your budget? How many keys are you looking for? And give me some info because I'm not huge in the synth world, right? I know about a lot of them, but I was in the market for one, and I mean I learned a lot in the research. But my big thing was Um, love it. Must be nice. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Tony's still in here, but he's recommended the Super 6 Gemini. I think that's the name of it. You can definitely look that up. That's supposed to be an amazing one. You probably want a poly synth. So you can also think about the Hydra synth, which is supposed to be a hugely popular one. I think I'm not gonna say it's more on the budget side, but I think it's more on the reasonably priced side. But it's supposed to be extremely good. I went with the Expressive V Osmos. I'll let you guys know how it is. I was able to snag a 30% discount, like an artist discount, which has been kind of my new vibe. I like getting discounts almost more than I like getting free products now because I have skin in the game and I can speak to it in a way that I think is going to be perceived more honest and trustworthy. Benjamin has the Osmos. He's a big part of why I got one actually. So he should get some commission from them on that. But yeah, yeah. I want to lay down the second half of the space track. What's going on, Benjamin? How you doing, man? Not D flat or C sharp. It's C. I'm gonna just try, and we'll explore this undo thing to see how well it works. So you only undo once on here, I think. Maybe. Let's try. I don't know how you play that crazy vibes. I don't know how you dope. I did not play this, so this is actually a good thing to talk about, and another workflow thing that I'm exploring on here. But I did not play what you're hearing on here. I mean, I can try to do it, but it's going to not be nearly as smooth as that. I don't know which one it's on. I think it's this one. It's hard to do on here, but I recorded that I think a while ago when I had this either connected via MIDI or USB on my digital piano and recorded that in. And so something with that, which is kind of interesting, is I saved it. I didn't know I was probably just experimenting or whatever, like how the synth sounds and feels with this with a more full size keyboard, and here we go, like starting songs at home, doing sonically sounding different than what I would be able to create with just this, but then building on it now with the drums and other things that I can do on here. So that's a kind of cool, I think, workflow as well to experiment on with this, as well as when I start selling some of these packs and stuff. I mean, I'm just thinking of this now, like chord progressions that are recorded via me playing the synths on here, and that could be a project, right? But on my keyboard, right? So there's so many different directions you can go. That's awesome. You definitely got to be a computer guy for that, for sure. Electric piano is as far as I go. I'm a pianist usually. Dope. Synths are so fun though. So many. Yeah, exactly. I think that for people who know how to play the keys, and then have something like the Expressive E on your fingertips, or any synthesizer that just has different sounds and just piano. It's like those two things together are very special, I think, because most people, I think, that have synths don't really know how to play. I think that's a maybe fair statement to make. I'm not exactly sure, and I say don't know how to play, not belittling them, just saying that there's a level of expertise, right? That takes time, right? I'm waking up 5 o'clock every morning this past week and practicing, like locked in, and it's been a while since I've been that consistent. But yeah, so let's keep going. So the other thing is now transposing, and I don't fully understand why an auto mode sometimes works, but sometimes it doesn't. Right now, it doesn't change anything. Auto mode doesn't change anything. TE is got a legit. Which, oh, thank you, Vin. What do you mean, Benjamin? swap meet going on. Do you? Yeah. What do you mean? Does that have to do with their sales, their flipped out thing going on? They're trying to not get rid of men. They trying to get rid. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like board meeting. Like let's figure out how we're gonna make people excited about the idea of spending in the time of year where most people are spending. I get it. That makes sense. And yeah, for sure. And I mean, yeah, it is interesting. I'm not going to talk mess. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I haven't bought anything. I haven't really been tempted to buy anything yet from them. We already know TP7 really is the thing that I want to get. I'm even thinking a little bit more. I might consider the black case for this. Again, it's more that's more of like an aesthetic thing, I would maybe even give away the white one or do a giveaway on my channel or something to someone who has an OP1 who I think that goes so much nicer with. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, just kind of whatever. Anyway, let's go to manual. I don't know. I'm gonna save this. I don't like where it's going. Whatever. Let's work on something brand new. I'm just more disappointed. Yeah, I got you. I got you. I mean, you have to figure that at some point before the end of the 24th before Christmas that there's going to be really good stuff on there, good specials and stuff. You have to figure that, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go new. Hashtag thing is a hey, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you appreciate that. Um, and you find it useful. True. True. We're only what 5 days in or something, so we still got a lot of time remaining. That's for sure. Um, yeah, but yeah, we'll see how that all shakes out. Um, this is a long live stream. I don't know what I want to do right now. Definitely want to make it to the gym. Have to be home by 2:30. I kind of want to save this, rename it something, literally something, the word something. Yeah. So about the hashtag thing, just some ideas to be able to, I guess, just favorite tracks. You don't have to be able to color code, but just favorite tracks. Like be able to hit a thing and be like, this list of tracks or projects are ones that I want to favorite. They're in this section, and everything else that I don't know what it is or whatever is in that section. Just an idea. Um, y'all ready for something dope? So what would be interesting to check out on here. So we clearly hear phaser effect going on, and I was doing some experimenting yesterday, and this is an example of something where the song itself sounds different than the original version. But they do have version history on this, which is cool, and I don't mess around with it too much, but I'm gonna go into it now and take a look at the first version. So as you can hear, this version compared to the latest version. That version does not have phaser, but this one clearly does phaser instead of delay. So there you go. So that's good that exists. I think, right? What do you think? I think that's a nice thing to have for sure. All right. it's time for me to leave. Thank you everyone for joining. Appreciate y'all. See you guys later. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.